Welcome back to my second day of consistent uploads. This is my library, and today we are not actually going to be going over any books. We are going to be doing a mic brushing video because I did that yesterday and I really enjoyed it. So we're doing it again today. Again, I have to film during the day because I just can't do it at night. Closing shifts do not allow me, but that should be fine. The lighting looks decently dark for my taste, so it should be fine. Today, or tonight, depending on when you're watching this, I have my set of paintbrushes I use for my minis for Dungeons and Dragons. I don't have many. I'm sure a lot of you who are more into this space are looking at this and saying, wow, what a small collection. I don't actually paint minis that much, as most of my Dungeons and Dragons games are online. That kind of makes good noise, actually. Let's see if I can do it calmly enough. That was kind of nice. The first one we're going to start with today is this one. This is my Wargamer Insane Detail brush. Hard to read with my pixelated camera, but it'll do. That's what it says anyway. It's for like eyes and things where you just need a tiny drop of paint. The actual brush is kind of like a triangular prism, which feels good when you're holding it, like a pencil. So it just sort of fits between your three fingers that you would use. And it comes with this little plastic tablet. I don't think that's the word for it. I was thinking of like an aglet, like on a shoelace, that protects it, because the brush is just so fine. Yeah, you can barely see that, and it has to be against my face for you to really see it. But yeah, it's just a very, very small bristle. I did a test run already, and you cannot hear, or you can barely hear, the actual bristles. But if I press a little harder, you can hear the metal part. I was going over some of my videos, and I like how most of them are just me doing my focused face, which is not particularly attractive, but I'm not really trying to be, so it's fine. I am my own worst critique, I swear. Also, I found that when I keep my microphone off to the side like this, it's a little bit of a better viewing angle for how I have my setup, so you can see what I'm doing when I'm like this. But not so much when I go around the back and like that. apologize again if you hear cars in the background. It is a little bit loud out there today. I guess people have places to be on Friday. What I like to do to keep it interesting for myself is visualize what it is I'm brushing. I just drew a face. It helps a little bit. And I'm also trying not to ruin the brushes. But these were cheap. You can buy them for like, I don't know, this one might have been $5 because it's like a rare one. Not a rare one, but a more important one. But most of them were like $1 to 89 cents. Also, my cat is in the room with me tonight. So if you hear her, my apologies, but it would seem most of you like cats, so it's probably alright. You probably don't mind. Hey. Almost on cue, she starts talking to me. That's what she does. She meows at me consistently. There she is, I see her. She's finding a good place to sleep. She sleeps a lot. She's not old, but she's an adult. She's not a baby anymore. Alright, let's move on to the next one. First, you have to fix the bristles and put it back in its containment. There we go. Good as new. Let's see if I can move out of the way so you can... She's darkened, but you can see her. Alright, let's do this one now. This one is one of my bigger brushes. The bristles are quite large. We'll see if it can be heard. This one is called base coating. This is what you would do to like put on heavy sort of thick strokes for like things like I probably won't say primer because I think most primers these days are like sprayed, but you could do it for like a coated primer, I suppose. I sound like a LARPer right now, I know. I don't put too much effort into my minis that I paint. This is a very soft sounding one. I liked that one. The spiral was fun. I'm gonna do it again. We'll just try the top now. fear a lot of these brushes are going to make like similar noises, so I'm trying to diversify the profile of them by doing different motions, things like that. I could probably turn my volume up a little bit. Let's try it now. I'm gonna have to probably start whispering. Yeah, you can hear it a lot better now, which is a good thing. I'm remarkably terrified to do soft spoken when I turn up the mic this high. Because it's very loud. But I do get to be very quiet, which is fun. So, also, for some reason, my room seems to have gotten lighter, less warm toned. I'm not sure why or how that happened. But we'll deal with it for now, I suppose. Yeah. It's not a perfect system yet, but we'll get there. I still have my candle up. The vanilla cinnamon brulee. Smells good. I do like the way the light sort of dances. Before anyone gets upset and says I'm ruining my brushes, I was planning on buying more anyway, so it's fine. These are old at this point. I don't use them hardly enough. Yeah. probably see her a little bit better with the brighter lighting. That's her, let me see if I can get right there. That's her. Alright, let's move on to the next one. The next two are very similar. One is the highlighting, and the other is the precise detail. You can hardly tell them apart. So I'm going to use them at the same time. Just had to turn the mic slightly. I've been wanting to do like a ASMR book reading, but I'm not quite sure how I would do that. I would probably use my camera and like angle it downwards, but that would mess up my entire setup I have right now. I could also do editing, right? It's like take pictures of the book and put it up. It's not as engaging that way though. I do want to make Dungeons & Dragons content, and finding the avenue for that has been tricky for me. But like maybe reading the books in an ASMR format would be the best way forward. Alright. Those two are done. Now for the one I was using yesterday, which is the small dry brush. The angled one. I like this one quite a lot, because it feels more textured than the others. Feels like, depending on how I brush it, it'll be a little bit different. And I'm trying to pose for the YouTube thumbnail. see if it gets anything good. But this one I think is my favorite, and I've used it the most when painting minis. It just sort of feels like if you need like wide strokes, you can, but if you need something more precise, you can also just use the tip of it. So it's very unique in that way. It's good, I think, better than the others. Um, if you disagree with me, and it's just a wildly incorrect take, please correct me in the comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to make that a joke on my channel. But no, really do it. Helps me out. Oh, there goes the police. You can hear them. I hope you can't, but I can. I'm also kind of using this video as an excuse to clean my pop filter. For a while there were a bunch of videos on YouTube. Like people would like put pins into their microphone and like remove it. And I found that super satisfying. So I might do that in the future, depending on how I feel. I'd have to go out and get the pins or order it online, and that's all hassle. No, I'll probably end up doing it. Oh goodness. A little hair flew up into my nose. I hate when that happens. Yesterday I secured my copy of Ravenloft, The Horrors Within, the newest Dungeons and Dragons book. And I collect the alternate art covers, which, if you've been watching my videos, you know I've shown off my collection so far. But the new book just came out, and they did not have the alternate art cover at my local game store. So I ordered it online. I'm very excited for it to get here, because my collection feels incomplete without it. And we can't have that. And it's going to be the same thing come September when 2 new books come out. Each of them is probably going to have an alternate art. So I'm going to need to get both. Excited for that. There are a few stubborn specs on this mic that just won't come off. That's okay. No one notices the tiny things. Now, I'm terrified of how this is going to sound, but I think I'm going to attempt to remove the pop filter and just brush directly on the mic. So we'll see how it goes. There we go. And now it's just the mic. Oh. I might have been sleeping on this. to try one of the bigger brushes. See if that changes things. That's quite a unique noise. Trying not to make too harsh of a noise on the metal. If you made it this far in the video, I want to hear your best joke in the comments. I like jokes. Keep it PG, please. But, PG-13's fine. Just nothing offensive. I love a good joke. I don't think it's good for ASMR, which is why I haven't made any, but I do like hearing them. Alright, I'm gonna put the pop filter back on. That actually made quite a good noise. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro now, but I'm going to continue doing triggers for a few minutes so that you can drift off. But thank you for watching, and thank you for continuing to watch my videos. If you've been here, welcome. If this is your first video you've seen, I would ask that you do leave a like before you fall asleep if you've gotten this far. It helps the algorithm and pushes me out to more people. Commenting also, and a subscribe, because I have been wildly inconsistent with my uploads, and while I'm trying to fix that, YouTube sees fit to punish me for that. So, subscribing will help you know that I actually have released new videos. And hit that notification bell. I talked about in my last video how I thought that whole like, comment, and subscribe thing is so cringe, even though you have to do it. But hopefully you all understand. It's the grind set, baby. But I'll let you get to sleep now. I hope you have a good night, or I hope your work goes well. Whatever you're listening to this for, I hope it goes well. Good night, or good luck.